All right, all right. Assalamu alaikum, YouTube world, Facebook world. Good night and good evening, wherever you might be calling from, or streaming from, or watching from. But I'm your brother, Mr. Supreme X, the CEO and founder of Fard Money Incorporation. And just a little bit about Fard Money before we get into our program tonight. This is our Saturday night show, the Future of Money show, where we break down new topics, new stuff about currency, what's going on in the marketplace, what's going on in the world dealing with uh, gold, cryptocurrency, fiat currencies. We're dealing with economics and we're dealing with financial literacy, but we are not financial advisors, but we are real wealth builders, and we do have a solution to all of these problems. So when you see us on here highlighting these problems or talking about these problems, never think that we're just on here talking about the problem, because we do have a solution. Matter of fact, we don't just have a solution, family. We feel wholeheartedly that we got any solution, and we're willing to sit down and have a peaceful, honest, logical dialogue with anybody, our debate or whatever they want to call it, right? We're willing to have that, and that's why we'll go so hard and we'll so forcibly with this information, with this opportunity that we have. Now we are independent affiliates to an e-commerce company called Carrot Bars International. One thing that makes it e-commerce because it's an international company, right? So a lot of people don't understand when you're dealing with e-commerce, you're dealing with something international. So all right. So the topic of the night, we're not going to take too much time. We're going to get through this pretty briefly. We had decided to cut these live stream, this show down to about 30 minutes, a minimum of about 30 minutes. And family, I want you to stay because the last end of this show tonight, we got our first guest, my brother, man, who is an entrepreneur, man, a streamist. I'm talking about, man, this man here is amazing. He is my big brother. Not only are we brothers in faith, but we are also brothers in business too. But this is the CEO and founder of A Rich Education. My brother, Mr.Demi X, will be joining us tonight. So you definitely want to plug in and stay tuned for that. But let's get into it before we bring him on the stream. So, okay, record record 20.5 million American jobs lost in April. Unemployment rate soars 14% in 1 month. So we can see that the coronavirus uh, pandemic has crippled America's system. Literally just obliterated America's ecosystem. And now, as we move forward through this stream, as we talk about this, and we want to show this article that was released by CNN Business, right? Now, as we look at some of this stuff, so we can look up here, 20 million United States jobs just vanished. Here's what that means. Another 3.2 million Americans filed for unemployment. The economy recovery hinged on a big unknown human behavior. Economics makes dire the prediction about United States unemployment rate. I mean, this is just deep. So we're looking at this, and this is serious. Why? Because a lot of people have been affected, but you got a lot of people talking about it, but they don't have a solution. So what we're trying to do in Fard Money, because we provide these type of things. Not only do we provide weekly income, monthly income, passive income, residual income, but we will provide wealth building, you know what I'm saying? Wealth building at the same time. We provide wealth building, we provide asset accumulation at the same time, and we provide this knowledge that really nobody has. They are not, a lot of people might have it, but they don't have a system to help solve this problem. So let's move. Now let's go to the article and what it says. With much of the American economy in self-imposed shutdown, to prevent the spread of coronavirus. April's collateral surge in unemployment delivered a historical blow to workers. The United States economy lost 20.5 million jobs in April, the Bureau of Labor Statistics said Friday, by far the most sudden and largest decline since the government began tracking data in 1939. Woo! So we're dealing with, man, that's borderlining on 100 years. 1939, what is that? 81 years ago? Those losses follow stiff cutbacks in March as well, when employers slashed 870,000 jobs. Those 2 months among to layoffs to so severe, they more than doubled the 8.7 million jobs lost during the financial crisis. For many Americans who lost their jobs and their homes in the 2008 financial crisis, this moment reopens old wounds. It took years to rebound from those setbacks. When the economy eventually did crawl back, United States employers added 22.8 million jobs over 10 years, a victory for all those who had weathered the Great Recession. Now the coronavirus pandemic stings not only because of the public health crisis it has inflicted, but also because it wiped out nearly that whole decade of job gains in 2 months. Wow. Man, this is how serious this is, family. I just got to take the time out to, family, if you have a job, you are blessed. Look at this graph. If you're involved in the opportunity and you can make money from home, you are blessed. I mean, there's nothing that could stop that. And as we move forward, as we talk about, a lot of the jobs won't even come back, family. They're not going to even come back. The jobs like shopping centers or stores that sell clothes. Think about you going in the store. They got all this type of, you can't try on the clothes. You know what I'm saying? You can't use the bathroom, not a public bathroom. All this shut down. So that's going to affect that business, right? So you remember, now Amazon, now they had to deal and wrestle with Amazon as it was. But now they can't even compete at all. You know, the unemployment rate soared to 14.7% in April, its highest level since the BLS started recording the monthly rate in 1948. The last time American joblessness was that severe was the Great Depression. That was just 90 years ago, almost a full 100 years. The unemployment rate peaked at 24.9% in 1933, according to historical annual estimates from the BLS. Man, this is deep. And then as we move forward, we got another one that talk about how the middle class have been hit, where they seeing that the middle class and the poor is very close. There's a very close thin line that is going on. The coronavirus economy is exposing how easy it is to fall from the middle class into poverty. So what we're saying, and what we're pretty much like begging everybody, listen, man, please come get down with us and take a look at what we're doing, because none of this has stopped us from doing what we're doing. Look at this graphic. Look at all this. This is a food bank. Look at this stuff, man. This is chaos. So when the food short is up, what do you think is going to happen? You know, it's going to be mayhem and chaos in the streets. It's going to be violence in the streets. But are we prepared? Are we doing anything? What are we bringing solutions? Are we looking for a system? Because one of the reasons we suffering in this America ecosystem, because America's ecosystem is built on debt. It's built on debt. Nothing else. Solely built on debt. Lucy, lawyer, apologized for crying as she told her story. The 54-year-old single mom had just listed her home in the Florida Panhandle as for sale by owner. The lady signed that her middle-class life is slipping away amid the nation's worst economic crisis since the Great Depression. So a lot of y'all thinking that it's going to go back the way it was. America will never go back. Just like when 2011 hit, America hasn't been the same since. So we just got to understand that this, what it is, this is facts, this is truth. So we got to look for ways to do something different. You know, you got to forget about what you want to do, what your dream was. You can still go after that, but you got to look for another vehicle that might provide the financial support that you need to live out your dreams. I mean, this is just logical thinking. We got to be able to do the paradigm shift because everything is going digital. You got stores talking about now they don't even want cash. So where are you at in that transfer of wealth, in that movement of money? Where do you sit at in the scope of things? So Laura's saga, like that of so many other Americans, began March 20th when she was furloughed from her long-time job at a spa. At a spa. You can't even, you know, this is contact. You're dealing with contact. I mean, come on, family. The furlough was supposed to be temporary, but it doesn't look that way now. How many spas and resorts you think is going to open? Man, this is a major crisis, and none of the leaders have any type of solution to this problem. They are talking about giving the American people $2,000 a month indefinitely. Okay, why would you go back to work if you can sit at home and get a free $2,000 to pay your bills and stuff like that? I mean, you would have to really be crazy unless you were just making a real significant more than that. If you were making $5,000 to $10,000, then of course you'll go back to work. But if you was only making about $2,500, $3,000, and you can sit at home and make $2,000, what you going back to work for? So the time has come, family, where we got to look for systems. We got to look for opportunities. We can no longer keep passing over opportunities because the American political system, the American financial system is in shambles, and it is not going to get any better no time soon. It took 10 years to get from where the Great Recession put America at economically, and now in 2 months, all of them gains have been wiped out. And you're going to try to sell jobs to the next generation? There is no jobs left. So even when you think about doing business, you got to be thinking about how can you solve a problem? That's what's going to last. How can you solve a problem and do something online? But you can no longer think about a mortar and brick store no more. You can no longer think about mom and pop store no more. That is over. It's like obliterated all of that, right? You got to be thinking about what are the wealthy doing, how the wealthy surviving. When you hear people like Robert Kiyosaki saying that him and his wife is suffering because they got hotels that they had to shut down and still pay their employees. They got what else they got? They got rental properties and nobody's paying rent. So come on, family. This is not the way to go if you're talking about getting wealthy. I mean, we had to come up with solutions and look for opportunity. There's nothing else that we could do. That's why we pushed so hard and we came up with this show trying to wake and educate everybody into what the difference between, what the real difference between money and currency is. We have to understand that before we can move forward, before we can survive. Because the Kiyosakis, they got gold, they got silver, they got oil, refineries, they got all of that type of stuff. So they're gonna be all right, because then they're still gonna come out on the best side of this crisis. But if you don't have all of that, if you just got rental properties, you just got a job, you can't miss, somebody can't miss paying you a month's rent. You can't miss that, family. So we have to wake up and get into something new. We have to look for something new because times change. So we got to stay transparent to be able to say, you know what, that was my dream a while back, but now I got to move because the economy is moving. So all right, family, we will come back into this and we were going to hear from our brother Mr.Demi Sonya and Mr.Demi X, and I'm waiting on him to come on and jump in, and we're going to let him give his breakdown, and we're going to let him give his history because he's an entrepreneur. I'm an entrepreneur. So we should hear and talk about, you know, and listen to more entrepreneurs. And yes, he is a Carabal's affiliate as well. Yes, we are business partners as well. But however, that don't really matter, because what we're saying is, and what we're bringing is, we have to get out here with this information, and we have to provide the resources that we got, and we have to provide the education, the financial literacy that we got to the masses of the people that might don't have it, that might don't have the time to get it. But if you've been quarantined, you've been in the house, you should be listening to the people on YouTube. This is where the real teachers is at, right? So, family, as we move forward with through our show, um, this is just something that we put out every Saturday. This is what this show is based around. Getting the information out, and we're trying to let everyone vibe. So here's our brother, Mr. Demi, Sonya, all the way from the DMV, from his home base office of a rich education. So let's bring him on to the stream.
Brother Jock, can you hear me loud and clear? Can you hear me, sir? Can you hear me loud and clear?
Yes, sir. We hear you now.
Okay, brother.
Yes, sir.
Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum salam, sir. How are you today?
Man, I'm good, man. We want to thank you, brother, for being the first guest on our show, The Future of Money, brother. And we're just excited that you have accepted, to be here. And we just want to let you get your breakdown into the people. So give some history about yourself and your brand. And I do have some questions for you as well.
Thank you so much, sir. I want to first thank you, Brother Jock, for the opportunity to come on board with the platform. It's amazing. I most definitely was tuning in before having the opportunity to come onto the platform, and you were just giving actual facts. And a person just has to accept the facts, or they have to go down with what's happening, not just here in America, but globally. So that information was powerful. It's vital. But on the other side of something that's going down, we always have something that's going up. So I'm excited to be connected to you, brother. And this is just a great day for the one who's conscious, for the one who wants to stay in the matrix, for the one who wants to continue to plug into a system that they see that's dying. But I understand, I have a heart to understand that the matrix started at the age of 5, and that transitioning from the brain, because a child is the product of their environment. So when a child comes up in the system that is designed to make you a cookie cutter, that is designed to make you a servant, and you mentioned my mentor from afar, Mr. Robert Kiyosaki, and he always teaches people to not give the individual the fish, but to teach individuals to go out and fish. So right now we have people who are stuck, and I understand, and Dr. Leem had to get on me one time, Dr. Leem Muhammad, he told me to not come out so hard to the people, because right now people are at the bottom mentally, okay? Right now at the bottom. So we got to lift the people up to really let them know where they are today, the position of where America is. And all you have to do is go back and study Rome. All you have to do is go back and maybe study across seas to Venezuela. All you have to do is go back and study what's happening in Venezuela. So these are signs that will be knocking at our door, actually knocking at the door right now, Brother Jock. So we must prepare. But it's a great time for the individual who steps out of that traditional box, knowing that they have to change because everything around them has changed.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir. Powerful words, brother. You are absolutely hitting it on the head. That's what's needed. The real teachers, it's time for us to really get out here forcefully and and keep putting back the resistance, man, because we are the ones who are really trying to educate our people on what to do. So, man, my first question for you is, how long have you been an entrepreneur?
And before I answer that, brother, I want to apologize because you're looking so sharp, Brother Jock. I'm relaxing in the house, man. I just broke fast not too long ago, but you looking sharp, brother. I just had to commend you on how sharp you looking, brother. You looking clean, brother. So yes, I'm keeping it simple, man. I got to look like Tiger Woods this evening, brother. So I apologize for that. But brother, I stepped into that space, and I really would one day love to just give my journey as a young man coming up in the inner city of Washington, D.C., and the things that I've been through and able to come out of by the grace of Allah. But, I got into free enterprise back in 2011. And this was an enterprise where I was actually able to see individuals from all walks of life, but to see our people who were able to walk away from corporate America, you know, bus operators, doctors, lawyers, trash truck drivers. And I said, wow, here's an opportunity, even though at that time in my mind I was thinking money, not freedom. And this is why many people fall away from the industry that we're in. They're chasing money and not chasing freedom. So I got into this industry, and it was just a blessing to see individuals take it to the next level, facing their fears. And these are the things that we're going to have to do if we want to change our lives. So it's been an amazing journey, brother. First, mentally, and then the financial came in, because money or eating a healthy product, none of these things will change the person. It's the transformation that the person has to go through if they want to take things to the next level. So it's been a nice journey starting in 2011.
Starting in 2011. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, you
Okay.
know what, Brother John, I can go back, because I did have an ice cream truck when I was on the streets back in the day. You know, and I used to come through the neighborhood with the go-go music. You know, Washington, D.C. is famous for go-go music. And the children loved me. You know, I would give them their change back, and they would spend more money. So I learned leverage then, but I didn't know the power of leverage at that time. So I got to take it way back, man. Entrepreneurship, I had my ice cream truck, and we ran that for about a year. But yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Powerful. Okay. What number two is, when was the last time that you had a job?
I'm over a year now. It's been I'm going on 2 years now. I left the job in 2018. I'm gonna
Wow.
say about the coming to the close of 2018, bro. I was able to walk away. So I come out of the transportation industry. Bus operator, had my commercial license since 1996. Bus operator and truck driver, and also tourism. So this is when I really started to learn how to speak and communicate with people well, because I used to give some terrible tours, but I failed my way into becoming an excellent tour guide in Washington, D.C. So, you know, I've been in that industry and then learning how to communicate with people, because we're in the people's business. If you don't have patience and learn how to communicate with people, you won't have success. I mean, that's in everything that's dealing with business as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So our journey with the job thing is kind of similar, because I haven't had now, but I'm over 2 years now. So
Yes,
I
sir.
have retired, you know,
Yes, sir.
ain't even hit 40 yet. So yes, and you know, my beautiful wife, Sister Yatira, she has retired now. So, you know, she going on 90 days retired. And so we're full-time entrepreneur business owners. So yes, next question.
Excellent.
What line of business are you in right now? What is your business?
Well, the platform that's being used is e-commerce. I'm an independent, proud, and excited affiliate of Carabas International. I came on board with Carabas International in 2015. And at that time, I actually sat on the business. I still had my mind in the gutter at that time. So, you know, for the success that I was blessed to really have a great year last year, this is when I decided, not last year, but, you know, starting at the end of 2017, going into 18, I really started to take things serious. So Carabas has been a blessing. Number one, I heard you mention about solving a problem. And most businesses to this level solve problems. We look at what Steve Jobs did for the world dealing with communications. Okay, I'm not going to say that all the other big businesses, because a lot of them are just feeding, and with all due respect, the ignorance of the people. When I say that, the food, ignorance isn't a bad word, it's just lack of knowledge. So big business is important, but this is an industry that any individual who has a dream, any individual who wants to change their lives and willing to change, can step in and literally take things to the next level. So it's just been an amazing journey with Carabas International. There's no opportunity on the planet better than this. And I'm not saying it because I'm part of it. I'm just speaking from giving my testimony of what it's done for me
Experience.
first
Yes, sir.
mentally.
Yes,
It's
sir.
the mental thing. You see what I'm saying? I didn't know that gold was money, even though I thought I had my book, even though in Message to the Black Man in the Fall of America, our messenger, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, mentioned that these things that are happening right now would take place. So now this is when things started to kick in. Wow, I was reading this when I was a baby. Understanding where we are today, the Carabas is solving the global problem, but see, most don't know that we're having a global problem, because they're plugged into this system that keeps them blind to what is real. We're in a fake world here in America, and the illusion is taking place all over the world. People from Africa and Europe, I mean, well, I won't say Europe, but other countries, they see these commercials and think that it's all good until they come here and have to work for cash. And the more you work for cash, the poorer you become. So this is the reality snap that's coming into people, the reality check that people have to see that Karatbars is the best opportunity on the planet. The only challenge about Karatbars is learning how to communicate and keep going to deal with people.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All praise be to Allah. That was powerful. So e-commerce, trade and commerce, that's your business. Okay, you know, the minister told us that we need to get involved in that. For one, you know, he told us that, been telling us that, because that's what keeps us afloat, and we can do business with people all over. And Karatbars, if you're listening, and if you're watching on Facebook, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Forward Money. Brother Demi X YouTube channel is A Rich Education, Demi son. All right, so tell us about what is the concept of your brand, brother? A rich education, man. I get excited, man. You know, I wanted to, I wanted to get that. I was like, man, my brother got that. So, man, yes, sir. But tell us about that, brother. The concept of a rich education, brother.
Yes, sir. And that concept is based on what people are getting now, a poor education. So I had to go opposite. We need an education that's going to make us wealthy. It's a sin to be poor. It's a sin. So with this system that we're dealing with now, like Robert Kiyosaki teaches us, it's making people poor. Because number one, it doesn't teach you anything about money. You may have a high-paying job, but with no financial education, with no rich education, you're giving almost 45 to 50% of your income back to Uncle Sam. So not understanding taxes, not understanding leverage, not understanding assets. And when you ask the question, what's the business that I'm involved in? Well, this business is all about acquiring assets. Individuals say they want to be wealthy, they want to be rich. Well, what do the rich do? They work for assets. They develop networks that spin out cash flow, and the percentage of their cash flow goes into something that's going to protect them. Like you mentioned, Robert Kiyosaki and them are having issues now, but they have asset protection. So this is why we need a rich education. If I'm speaking incorrectly, please put something in the chat. If we have over 30 million people filing for unemployment right now, and majority of them have come from the educational system, is it not making us poor? Because we're dependent on a paycheck. So this is why I said, man, I want to give out a rich education, and success is all about duplication. I just study what the wealthy are doing, plug into our leaders, Mr. Ty Best, Mr. Delco, and all of the other amazing individuals we have part of Wealth Builders Worldwide and Karatbars International, and duplicate what we're learning. So we need an education that's going to allow us to withstand the storm that is knocking right at our door right now. We're in a crisis, great people. But on the other side of a crisis is success. You just have to be guided with the right information and the right system, a superior system that can withstand this and actually take you to the next level, because that's what's going to happen. So if we continue to plug in to this deadbeat system, we will end up on the streets. That's just, it's a guarantee.
Yes,
I don't want that to happen to people, but we got to come out of her. Babylon the Great is falling, and she has become a habitat of every foul, unclean, and hateful bird that is America today, great people. So if you don't change your ways, you will get wiped out. That's just it. But if you decide to change, plug away from the matrix, come on over here to Karatbars International and plug into the system that so we can work on this brain, because this is where it begins. What we do is simple. We're just exchanging cash for gold and building a network just like the wealthy do. Wealth is not by itself. So if you want to be wealthy and by yourself, I don't know where you get that from. So great people, this is where we are today, Big Brother Jock. This is it. This is it. This is the time to take it to the next level.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, I'm talking about it's amazing that you said that because America is $25 trillion in debt.
And
$25 trillion in debt and counting. Just last week it was under 20, it was under 25. Now it has reached that. So how can we get free operate in a system like that. That's why we have to do this stuff and we have to brainstorm and we provide this type of information, brother. So come on, man. I got two more questions for you, man, so we can wrap this up, man. How many countries is your business in?
Well,
Your
wow.
team, your organization. No,
Well,
your organization. Your
my
organization.
organization is close to 20,000. And right now we're probably at least about close to 10 different countries.
Oh man. And do you go anywhere? Do you meet these people? I mean, do you send out anything to these people in these countries? Have you been to all 10 countries doing business with them?
No, but I can say that by the grace of Allah, Carabas has allowed me to travel the world and see Africa and see Europe. But no, I haven't. See, that's the power of leverage. I'd rather earn 1% of 100 people's efforts instead of 100% of my own. See, I can't fault the people because we've been so brainwashed. When you understand that maybe one or two or three or four or five people can change your life. Because when you find another Jock, when you find another Brother Demi, when you find another Top Best, see, when you find these individuals, your life can change. Your network can change. Your network is your net worth. So no, I haven't seen any of these people, but I can say that every time they're paying themselves first with this unique, superior system, this dynamic system, I'm getting paid.
I'm saying, so how does that work? So how does that, you haven't seen these people, your business, your organization is almost 20,000, and you in 10 countries, right? And you never seen these people. Have you ever mailed them anything or you shipped them out anything?
No, they just excited. They just excited to get gold. They just excited to build a business.
But you are making profits that's coming from these countries, right? When they spend some or whatever, you get paid, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Praise be to Allah. Yes, sir.
Man,
Every week.
I hope y'all understanding what we saying. This is amazing. And I know for our money, we not in 10 countries. We in about, let me see, we got New Zealand, Australia.
They just added 2 more countries. So.
We know we just added, we know it.
Yes,
I'm just
sir.
talking about, I wanted to talk about our individual countries. In a premium professional package holder is in all of the countries.
Right.
Man, I'm talking about just for having the package.
Yes, sir.
I mean, so what we are saying is we're offering, and what we're bringing to the table, family, is doing business at the speed of thought. We'll no longer have to meet people in place. That's why the coronavirus and it stay in, it didn't affect our business. It didn't affect our income at all. Right? Matter of fact, it kind of like picked up. It kind of made it pick up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because when you're a business owner, you come through slopes and you be on the high, then it like level off, and then that's what happens when you're an entrepreneur. But man, with this system here, man, it's amazing. So last question, man. What is the solution? What do our people need so they won't keep suffering from these mass job layoffs, these mass this type of stay in, this type of coronavirus pandemic? What do our people need? All people, not just our people, but all people. What do they need that could help them escape that, so they won't fall victim to that? Because I just showed something that said that the coronavirus has such an impact on the middle class that in the blinking of an eye, they fell right down to the poor class. So, we teach and we know that it's only 2 classes. Either you're poor or you're rich.
Yes,
right?
Sir.
Ain't no middle, because the middle is just one step away, one disaster, one argument at the job away from being with the poverty, under the poverty line. So just what do the people need? Not just our people, but everybody. What do they need so they won't be able to, fall whim to these tricks that the government of the United States and the Treasury, the Federal Reserve, play on our people?
Well, number one, you got to be a business owner. Number 2, you need to hedge. You have to hedge. Everything that we've been talking about, the people need. So a person, if they want financial protection is not made of paper, it's made of metal. So number 1, you need gold. So a person who says, I don't have money to exchange for gold. Well, you need a business. You need a business that's going to allow you to create leverage for yourself, cash flow, where you can now learn how to go into this physical asset. You need support. You need mentoring. You just need to change your whole persona about yourself. So, brother, people have to become, I like to call infopreneurs, because we're just information brokers. But on that other side, entrepreneurs, you have to be an entrepreneur in these times, but you have to be that entrepreneur who's solving a problem. And globally, what's the problem? It's financial education. All around the world, Paris, in some parts of Africa, Europe, it's all, everyone's having financial issues. So you have to, the people need, number one, brother, I have to really say this because I heard Robert Kiyosaki say it. It's so true. People have to go through a transformation. They got to change. People don't want to change their ways. I mean, I'm getting phone calls, people saying they got a taste of cancer. And then I'm giving you a solution. Let's change the diet. They running away from it. So people, they want to stay the same. So I know we're not talking about health, but I'm just showing you that even with Carabao, this is a solution for the person and the individual. But if you're not willing to change and pull away, this is not going to help you. So you have to become that entrepreneur, brother. You have to save in physical gold. You have to save in an asset that's going to outpace taxation, that's going to outpace inflation, that's going to outpace all this debt. It's going to crash. That's a guarantee. And at times, it's hard to imagine this, but this is unfolding. But for the person who's not conscious, this is just another day for them. That's just real. So, brother, we just have to change as individuals. Carabao International has the system for everyone. It covers every single thing that you need to be a successful entrepreneur.
Yes, sir, man. We're wrapping up. And for get the people, man, you know, where they can follow you at, your social media outlets, and how they can follow you and tap into what you're telling. Because I get, family, this is one of the reasons why he is the first guest on the Future Money Show, because this is my brother. He is really one of my mentors. He didn't even really know that. But I listen to what he said, and I take his advice because he know how to use the technology. He know how to make good quality videos and get this information out here. And from day one we met, and we're not even on the same team inside of Carabao, but from day one we met, it was just an instant connection, and it's been that way ever since. You know, he know he can depend on me for whatever he need. I can depend on him for whatever he need. We're not in competition, nothing like that. We are just trying to both make sure we push each other platform to get this information out. That's why we did this collabo, and that's why we will continue to do it, because he will be a guest. If I invite you again, you will come back and be a guest on the show again, right?
Thank you, bro. Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. And I appreciate it, brother. The platform is amazing, brother. I'm so proud of you, man. This is amazing. I'm excited for you, brother. You're killing it. This whole thing right here, I love it, brother. And you're going to really reach a lot of people with this, man. I love it. And for those, I do appreciate the opportunity to share my channel. Just YouTube is my name, Demi Sanya. You'll see me and subscribe to A Rich Education, DEMI, and my last name, SANYA. So Demi Sanya at A Rich Education. Brother, it's been an amazing evening. I can't thank you enough for just giving me the opportunity to come and break bread with you this evening, brother. And may Allah continue to bless you and to help, and you and your amazing team, your family, with your amazing queen, brother. I just wish you all the best.
Yes, sir, man. Well, thank you. Get greetings to the family, man. Thank you for taking the time out to chop it up with YouTube world, Facebook world, because we're on both platforms. So thank you, brother, man. And anything you need me for, man, we definitely look forward to doing this again. Thank you, brother. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
All right, family. So wrapping up, family, y'all seeing this is the type of the stuff that we provide in Forward Money. And, you know, in Carabao International, Wealth Builders Worldwide, because we're both Wealth Builders Worldwide as well. So we just wanted to share that up with everybody to hear from two entrepreneur business owners who's in the same field of business. We're both in trade and commerce, and we're both CEOs of our own brand that we built on top of this this company, right? So, family, we want to just show everybody, and we want to just thank everybody for participating and listening in. Next Saturday, we will be back here, same time, same channel, with maybe another guest, another Black entrepreneur, brand business owner, because that's all what we're going to show you. We got to show our people that different people from different walks of life, you know, has come together and can actually be successful and not be affected by the tricks and the traits and the game that the United States government, the Federal Reserve, all of the other institutions that's tied to them, the United States Treasury, the IMF, all of these systems that keep the people away from prosperity, from wealth, from living their best life, from being free, right? And this is what we're providing. So we're going to always bring a guest on this show that's going to talk about their story and journey into freedom, because what he just told you when he was an entrepreneur, when he started at that was his journey into freedom, family. And the journey to freedom, it might seem long, it might seem hard, but it's really short. It's really a 3 to 5 year window to take you to get free, right? I mean, 8 months. It took me 8 months to be free, no job, not affected by nothing. The ecosystem of America, nothing, the policies they send down, nothing affects me when you're a business owner with the entrepreneur mindset. And when you got the entrepreneur mindset, you are always looking for a system to get in, and you are always looking to have more assets than liabilities, so you won't get caught up with the taxation and inflation. With that being said, family, we will be back here Tuesday night at 10 Eastern time with our separation of death broadcast. So we will see y'all then. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel, Forward Money, please click the link, click the subscription button, hit the thumbs up, give us a like, and subscribe, family. And we will see y'all Tuesday night on Separation of Death broadcast. And we will see y'all back next Saturday for another episode of the Future of Money show. With that being said, family, we signing off. Assalamu alaikum, salam, peace, greetings, love, and blessings, and safety and health and good health to everyone. We see y'all on the next live stream. Out.